In this video, we are doing what is most likely going to be the #1 first upgrade that most people are going to be doing to the MST RMX4, and that is the adjustable turnbuckles. This RMX4 kit comes with fixed camber links up here in the rear, fixed steering turnbuckles up here in the front. The other arms, the upper and lower arms here, are actually technically adjustable. There's a threaded rod in there that you can expand and put different spacers. These 4 links, it's 2 on each side, of course. These 4 links are the only ones that are really holding you back from being able to adjust this car to a whole nother level. According to MST, this is the answer. This is the RMX4 full turnbuckle set. But I realized as soon as I got this, I realized that I made a fatal flaw. Turnbuckles that come in here, man, they sure look nice. Look at that red anodized. Oh my gosh, that looks so nice. But there's a major issue. They're aluminum, and if you've been around long enough to be around like the RMX2 kind of era, 2.5, when you put these on your car, front and rear, these aluminum are so soft that any kind of crash breaks them off. And the main issue with that is that when they break off, they actually break off inside the different turnbuckles, and you end up having to buy all new ones. So back in the old RMX2 days, we realized that what we needed were their steel reinforced turnbuckles, or you could get things like these Lunsford titanium turnbuckles. And if you really wanted those rod ends, the specific ones from MST, they sold a whole bunch of different 4.8mm rod ends that would work with these either steel reinforced or Lunsford titanium turnbuckles. So what we're going to be doing today is not using this more expensive full turnbuckle set. For the RMX4, the ones that we're looking at here, these are actually 28mm long. And the Lunsfords, just like it says on there, are actually 25. So it's 3mm shorter. With some of these 4.8 rod ends out of 230067 plus those Lunsford titanium turnbuckles, I'm able to match and actually even just get a little bit longer than that factory rear link, which is exactly what I want. I actually want to dial out some of the rear camber in order to flatten out that rear curve. The problem is it is right on the edge of the length of those turnbuckles. These are 25s. The ones that they want you to use are 28s, and that few millimeters matters as it turns out here. I am going to link, instead of to these 25mm ones, I'm going to link you to, they are a steel, they're not titanium, but that few millimeters in there I think really matters. With those parts then installed, it's a good time to come and actually really check the camber of your rear tires to make sure that it's about where you want it, because every little ½ millimeter matters. Actually come and double check what the real camber is. I'm going to dial both of these in at about 1 degree camber, and that's where I'm going to test them at my next track day. The proper RMX4 kit does come with a longer rod that actually allows you to replace this slip joint here between the servo horn and the steering mechanism at the front. The truth is, I don't think I care. This actually works really, really well with that set screw in there. Since I bought it, I'm going to keep it. If you want to buy one independently, it is a 3x, it looks like 67. It's a 3x67mm turnbuckle. This being aluminum, I'm not nearly as worried about because it's not going to take the hits from a wall that you would otherwise with any of the other control arms. Moving our attention to the front of the car, the fixed links from the factory are actually shorter on the front than they are on the rear. And just like we talked about in the rear, matching up the length is very important for a baseline here. The front's on, look at that, beautiful, easy to change now. That is going to be great. I'm really excited about that. I think probably the best way of going about this, if you have the RMX4, is learn from me. Don't use the aluminum turnbuckles. Get just the MST rod end set, 230067. Turnbuckles that I'll leave a link to down in the video description that'll be the correct length for both front and rear. That's enough to do everything that we did here in this video. And you are going to be in great shape. You don't have the aluminum parts that are going to break. everything works and you have all the adjustability that you need. Note that I also did not put the turnbuckles in on the upper side here. That's just because, again, all of these control arms are already adjustable just by putting spacers or screwing in these ends in or out. So I don't really feel like those are actually even really necessary. I hope this video was useful for you if you're messing with your own MST RMX 4. If you have any questions about what I did or anything like that, leave them down in the video comments below. I'll be happy to answer anything that I can. If you're looking for these parts that I suggest, there will be links to those down in the video description. And if you're curious about anything else that I've done with this MST RMX 4, there'll be a playlist popping up over to here to your right, and I hope to see you in one of those videos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.